welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and I'm sorry for the delays. We've had audio issues. It seems that my little goblin has gotten into the program which I run all the virtual cables and everything through, and he's had a little bit of a play over the last 2 weeks while we've been away. And so I've had to uninstall, reinstall the program that we use for the audio, plus all the virtual cables, and they didn't like each other, and it's been insane for the last hour and a half to about an hour and a half, 2 hours now I've been dealing with this. And our cast members today have been patient, super patient. There's still a little bit of an audio glitches, so just bear with us. We just wanted to start because, well, why not? So it may not be the best audio today. But here we are. We have 3 of our 4 cast members here today. We'll do a quick introductions. We have Treant Monk with our ghost... Yep.
Hello?
We have Nick.
Hello.
Our non-halfling. And our last halfling, we have our Bella. So, we left last episode. So, quick shout out to Syrinscape for the audio, and which isn't the issues that we're having, and they're amazing. Haven't had problems with the Syrinscape audio. Had issues with another program that we use. So, we left our last episode as the characters are outside the Castellanta Manor. Also, the Castellanta Villa, I should say. And I'll load them into that area now. So, into the Castellanta Villa, they tried to get into the servants' entrance. And right as they were about to enter, they realised that there's people there. They appeared to be eating or having dinner. This is after silencing the bell to alert the guard by putting a tobacco pouch around the bell itself on the street, just out of sight of the guards, and pretty much on the main street itself. So they waited around for an hour, and they came back to unlock the servants' entrance door after figuring out that there's no one in there. And they've also noticed that there's 2 benches along this small little... It's like a porch area, covered porch area, and you can see evidence that people have eaten here. Not just recently, but it seems to be a place where people eat. And that's where we find ourselves. That's where we open our scene. In a burglary situation.
All right, we need to find this stone.
Yeah.
What way do you think it is?
Well, I mean, can't Dandelion detect it somewhat?
Yeah, I don't remember if I prepared that or not. Or if I
had.
think I prepared it, I just didn't. I don't know if I casted it. Also, I sent a screenshot. Am I supposed to, I see a lot of this map right now.
Yeah, I noticed the dynamic lighting isn't working right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's turn that off then.
I'm just trying to figure out, where am I?
Global illumination is on, so you should be able to see some of it.
We see all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
We see through the walls.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not good. We can't have that. Okay. No, we got that right. I've just turned the light off. I don't know why that's right. No, it should be on. It should be right. Should have the line of sight.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I just don't want more issues. It's like, no.
It's kind of weird now. If I'm zoomed in and stuff, I have like a black bar off to like the right side a bit.
Yeah, you would, because that's the so I after all the bits and pieces this morning with the audio, why do we need more issues? Let's have a look. Trial. Yeah, well, you can't see inside, so you can only see what you've got. So you can see the layout. You can't see the people in there. Is that right?
Oh, that is correct.
Well,
Yeah,
that's good
I can't
enough.
see any
Yeah,
people.
that's good
Okay.
enough. We'll
Okay.
just go with that. Although you can somehow see stuff on the GM's layer.
Could
We
you,
somehow got X-ray vision.
yeah.
You can see GM's layer stuff, which is scary.
Could you ping the direction we came in from?
Okay, so how about we do this? This is really weird. So, oops, that's a bad line. That's the street you're in, and like that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
all the stuff on the other side of those lines, that's other parts of the buildings, which you
All
don't
right.
have access
So we're
to.
going in this way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I remember picking that lock now.
You did. The door
Okay.
is open to the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why you've got access to GM layer. I'm going to have to try and move probably a few things out of the GM layer. Because that's scary that you've got access to GM layer stuff.
It's not that bad. It's fine.
It is, because there's always stuff on the GM layer which you shouldn't see,
Well,
that they just put there, just to, like, as reference for later, if need be. Yeah. So, you go to the inner door, and what are you doing?
okay. So what are we doing with Castle?
We're just, Castle's not there. Well, Castle is
Okay.
there, but we're going to have him not there, because we don't want to have Castle dead.
Okay. So let's have him just inside the door, and then he'll just
He's keeping watch.
He'll close the door and make sure nobody comes in.
Okay. And we'll swap across to the manor itself. And I'm zoomed right in because there's a lot of stuff here. And again, I got no idea how you've access to the GM layer.
I know. I've zoomed in as well, so I don't see very much.
Yeah.
But I will open this door.
Okay. Are you going to do anything protecting
I'll
yourself
try to
before that?
I'll try to listen for, if I hear
Just-
any voices on the other side.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Do a
so-
listen roll then. Please. Okay. Right as you reach the door handle, you hear voices of people on the other side of the door. And as they seem to be people, just two men discussing essentially being stuck standing here all day long and all night long with nothing else to do.
Well, I don't think they're going to move.
And then you hear them call out, "Oh, so you're going home then?" to someone else. And you don't hear a reply.
Well, I think we should maybe do a surprise.
I could turn into a spider and go underneath the door and see if anybody's in front of the door before we start opening doors.
I
You
think
hear-
I think there's two of them in front of the door.
You hear footsteps
Towards or away?
towards.
Okay. I think
But-
what I'm gonna prepare for an ambush.
Travel safe on the roads, and we'll see you in the morning. And you're hearing more than one set of footsteps.
Oh wow.
Should we
This is a
hide?
countdown.
Should we
I
hide?
think-
There's
I
not
turn
much
into a
space.
spider.
There's no. We're in like a foyer.
You're in a porch.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh well.
1 second. What are you doing?
Let's do it. I'm preparing for an ambush.
Okay.
Whoever opens the door is getting ambushed.
Yeah.
So as the door opens, it's going to be a weird ambush. A very, very weird ambush. So, Nick, you did say you were going to be turning into a spider.
I turn into a spider. When I start to hear
done.
footsteps coming closer, I'm like, spider. Just panic spider.
Well, we got the panic. Oh, don't know what that is, but we'll do that one. So, panic spider, the door opens, and what you see in front of you, if I can get this working, is a large number of servants. Behind them, guards.
Yeah.
Okay. I got an idea.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe we're
10 seconds. What are you doing?
I think I run. I panic. No, I'm gonna wait. I look to Bella. What should we do?
5
we
seconds.
run?
I attack one of the guards with a Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead's very loud. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Bella, what are you doing? 4 seconds.
Stab.
You're
gonna have to move. Can she move through? Yeah, you can move through these servant squares because you're a halfling.
No. Oh.
Or
It's a bit hard for moving through servant. There's that many.
okay,
They're all
fine.
pretty much
Color
pulled.
spray.
We have a racial ability to move through squares that have medium-sized.
I know, but there's a lot of people that are really about to come out exactly where you are. There's not much room.
Color spray.
I use my movement to get on the ceiling so I don't get stepped on.
Okay.
I'm hiding in the corner because I'm like, oh God, I'm all gonna die.
Okay. So, we have a Toll of the Dead. Which guard? The one on the stairs or the one beside the
Yeah,
stairs?
that one right there.
One on the stairs. He hasn't taken any damage. Not that you can see.
Oh, first, but what if something falls on his head?
I will allow
Shoelace
that.
wasn't tied and he tripped and fell down the stairs.
So, do you want to change your action to
That's the
something
bonus
forward?
action. That'll be the bonus action. The action will stay the same.
Well, it's giving you a free action or a free something to what's happening before initiative. That's the whole.
Oh, so is it an action or a bonus action or both?
It's one or the other. You're not having
Okay,
two, but you can do one
So
thing.
then it'll be the spiritual weapon.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Okay, so yeah, there's so many people moving past him. He trips over and hits his head on the wall.
And he is unconscious. You see him fall down.
Okay.
Then we have as that happens, the spiritual. So the color spray goes out.
Yeah.
How many you need to roll? 6d10.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing pretty much every one of those servants except for one is in that area. Just to make it easy.
Yeah. The 44 altogether.
Nice roll.
It is very colourful, and they are all affected because servants don't have 44 health.
Nice.
Generally speaking, they have 4 health. So that's a lot down. But it also clears room for everybody else to get through. Oh, not really, but...
Essentially, I flashbanged him.
Okay. So those two servants weren't there. I'll put them to the GM layer because they're not there. They were just extras. Okay. Now we go to initiative. Or unless you want Cassell to do something.
No, he would probably just cower, right?
Really? I don't think so. I really don't think he will cower.
Well, if we can have him
He
do
has
something, if we can have him do something, maybe he will.
He does have phantasmal force. He does have phantasmal force.
If he has telepathy, he could just like keep watch in the area because we have like 6 unconscious people and 1 dead dude. Like, just make sure nobody comes around here, and it like let us know through your mind waves if somebody does.
Well, then what you hear is run from him with his telepathy.
Which way?
Away, I think.
I'll crawl along the ceiling, just go through the bodies.
As he casts Expeditious Retreat and runs.
See, I called it.
Yeah, true. That's his last spell slot, apparently. Unless he hasn't been updating those. And yeah, so he's running. He's gone. He can run fast. Far enough to go. To get out of there with Expeditious Retreat. Initiative, then, is what we'll end up with. Did I turn the order up?
I didn't have my token selected. It was a 19.
19, roll again, and
I'll roll again. Yeah.
There you go. 19, and this is where things get fun.
Right.
Because we're going to do individual initiatives with the people here.
Well, that's 2 very different roles.
They are 2 very different roles.
What have those been drinking?
Okay. Because these are the people immediately surrounding the situation. And... Oh, that's just really bad. That's really bad. Okay. So we'll get our turn order. The guard in the room yells out alarm. We're under attack. And he moves in to there. I don't know if he's out of view, but he moves into there.
I had moved into the room as a spider. I just was trying to press the arrows and it wasn't working, so my character disappeared. Lucky.
Yep. So I can see you've got people underneath you. But yeah, you should be on top of them. Guard 15. Which one's guard 15? $20 foot, 25 foot. You hear a guard running behind you. Outside.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And he runs past the entrance. Not towards you, but past the entrance.
He's in castle. Yeah.
Towards the bell to alert the guards throughout the city.
Oh, yes. Well, good thing we've sabotaged that a little bit.
You did mute it. You did mute the bell. Muting the bell will delay the guard, delay the city response because they can't hear it as well. Lucky, it is your go.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to move first. There. And then I would say that that guy ran way over there, and he just ran way too fast. Right. Yeah. Right into the wall.
Right into the wall.
His spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
My God, you're doing so much damage with these things. It hits. So you see him at the door, and you see essentially he's at the door, and he's clipped himself on the other door near him, and he's hurt himself on that quite badly.
Oh, but he's still okay.
Just.
Well, maybe not.
And Toll of the Dead. I'm not even going to do the wisdom save. I'm asking your damage because he had 1 hit point left.
If he saves, he takes nothing.
Okay. We'll try the save. It is a very loud ringing.
Yep.
And
yep.
wisdom.
When the chandelier falls, it's a big crash.
He does save.
He does save. He jumped out of the way just in time.
He does just save.
And then my last move, I'll go right there.
Okay. So inside here is actually quite lush and quite luxurious and quite beautiful. The stairs seem to go up to another level. And there were 2 guards in here. You have passed the dining room to your north. There's 2 doors. There's 1 door to your south here, and 2 doors to the southeast here and here. And there also seems to be a door underneath the stairs. Right. And but yes, that's the description. Like there's flush carpets. Even the stairs are carpeted. It's very posh. There's paintings on the walls going up the stairs, which look like ancestors or relatives of the family, things like that. Little spider dandelion, where would you like to go?
Is any of the area in here familiar to me from the first time I came in here?
You know you're in the main foyer area. You know that the office is down here. And that the library was down there.
His office was the one where... Okay, I'm going to go as a spider, crawl across the ceiling.
Yep.
10, 15... Go underneath the door and go inside.
Okay. You see inside the room the noble Victor Casalanta, which you don't actually even know his name yet because you haven't done any research on the family.
I looked at his papers to figure out the name on
yes you did.
The family name.
Yeah,
yes.
We know that they're like bankers or something like that.
So you see the head of the family, the male head of the family at least, at his desk. He's closing the drawer, and he has a key in his hand that he's about to lock the drawer. On the table, there's...
I can't...
Yes?
I can't see inside the room.
Oh.
It's not letting me go through the door.
There you go. Because you're going under the drawer instead of throwing it. So you see him at his desk. He's just slammed the desk drawer and he's locking it with a key. You see stacks of books on the shelves. There's closed books on his desk. There's one that is open. And he seems to be paying it no heed, but he's more focused on locking the desk at the moment. And of course, right beside you, there's that armor, the stand of armor, right beside the door.
I'll use my action to dash as a spider and move an additional 20 feet and try to get underneath his desk and try to squeeze into the door before he... Did he already close it?
It's closing. It will essentially be closing in his time, in a time.
I'm gonna try to see if I can squeeze it in before he closes it.
Okay.
Let's turn into a person inside.
So, how long does your spider sense last?
Oh, my spider lasts for 2 hours. Yeah, two
Just-
hours.
Just wondering because of the whole, if you become a person stuck in a drawer, that's a lot of damage. Especially if that drawer's locked for a long part of time. Just making sure you understand that one.
I could also just turn into a horse as a spider and just destroy the desk entirely.
Yes, but I'm still going to say you're going to take
I
damage.
could be a crocodile. Oh, that'd be fun. I could be a crocodile. Surprise!
Okay.
Crocodile in his desk. Okay, that's what I'm doing with the spider. I'm gonna try going in the drawer.
Okay, so spider drawer done. You can get in before it's his turn because that's what he's doing on his turn. Bella, what are you doing? It's a lot of unconscious people in front of you.
Yeah, just gonna. Okay. Let's see. I think I can get over there. I guess stab that guard right there. That's still
Yep.
So.
You see that he's hurt his leg on the door frame to the south of you as he's run past it, and there's blood everywhere as he's hurt himself.
Okay, so that was the one, eh?
Yeah. As in, he's barely able to stand right now.
Oh, I'm here. I'm already here. Like, I don't know where else I could go, so I might as well just, take care of that.
Oh, an 18 hits. And 2 points of damage is enough to kill him.
Yeah.
And he was on 1.
Not a low damage. I mean, it's a good thing I didn't need a lot, but...
No, you didn't need much at all.
Mm-hmm.
The draw... Oh, sorry. I haven't been swapping through them. The drawer gets locked.
I'm locked inside a drawer. I am safe.
No one can hurt me in here.
Oh, by the way, is the stone in here, or am I just locked inside a drawer?
Inside the drawer, and I do have a description of the drawer itself. Inside the
I
drawer...
have dark vision.
Several long tubes. More than 10 long tubes. And you don't know what is inside those. Can I get a perception check now that you're inside it properly?
Okay.
Okay. You notice, or you perceive as you're crawling around, because spiders are a lot smaller and they can find gaps in things a lot more than humans can. So you notice as you're crawling around the corners that there's a gap between you and something, between the floor of the drawer and the side of the drawer.
Ooh. Secret entrance.
Secret entrance,
I'm in
if
my
that's
own
what you
little.
think.
I'm in my own mini dungeon. It's the desk.
Okay. The next thing that happens is we're going to... you hear something being shouted by the Castellanta. And I've got to go to the other layer. And you hear movement of steel and iron as it starts grinding and clinking as something which you thought was inanimate comes to life.
Oh, nice.
Which you should be able to see on your screen. Yep, and others shouldn't. Cool. And Mr. Castellaneta moves back a little bit, ready to protect himself. The guard's dead. Which guard's this one? I can't believe he killed all the guards so quickly. Oh, there's one.
We're not dead.
One of them's dead. One of them's unconscious. Two. There we go. I'll open the doors for you so you can see what's in them as you go past. So one of the guards comes up to Lucky, runs over the people, and I think you might just be able to see behind him where he came out of what looks to be a sitting room or a smoking room. Again, very plush decorations, and he's run through the dining room from the north as well. And again, he's yelling out, "We're under attack, we're under attack, protect the Lord, first floor stairs." As he runs into attack Lucky. Let's hope they do a bit better with their attacks. Why would they have spears? That's just silly. Like, who uses
carrying
spears
and subs?
Yeah, inside a house? That's just silly. So, although it says spear, it'll be like a short sword. Because it makes more sense inside a house.
No, that's not going to hit.
That's not going to hit, is it? No. Not a 9. He's not going to hit.
But only 2 damage anyways.
Did you guys actually see that? Because that's supposed to be only me seeing that one, I think.
Seeing which
Oh,
one?
yeah, we can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my rolls that are supposed to be GM only are also coming up for you guys. Interesting.
Yeah, we can see it.
You guys have GM permissions for some reason. Yeah, not good. Okay, back to the start of the order. That guard is dead. Delete. This guard. Which one's that one?
I think it was the one running for the bell.
Yeah.
Oh, there was another one running for the bell now.
Oh dear.
Yep, that's the next one. So that's the 2 guards that are not there. Okay, Lucky.
All right. So I run through this guy's square to the other side of him. And of course, as he turns around, he trips on his own feet.
14 does not hit.
Oh, but he manages to hold his position.
Yeah.
Now what do I want to do? Do I want to disengage or dodge? I think I'm going to dodge. And so I'm going to take the dodge action, but I'm going to continue moving. I'll go there. And I'll head in here beside Bella. And so he can take an attack of opportunity, but I've taken the dodge action.
Okay. But you have taken a dodge action, so you can't take the attack of opportunity.
Oh no, not disengage. I dodge, so he can take it. He has disadvantage though.
Okay, we'll try that then. Actually, I'll see if this works with going to GM. Okay, so he misses.
Okay. Yep, we didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Okay, didn't see that one? Okay. Wait, if he has advantage, he does hit with 7 damage.
He had disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage, then he misses.
Okay.
Gotcha, yep. Making sure, all good. I will now remind you that you're in a Lord and Lady's manor house. The code legal is a lot more severe when dealing with lords and ladies. Lords and ladies, although do have to follow the law, they usually have a lot more money and influence to bend those laws to their favour.
Okay.
Just a reminder here. Dandelion, you're stuck in a drawer.
Yes, I am.
You've found that the drawer has a secret compartment below it, or inside it. What would you like to do?
Could I potentially squeeze? I don't know if I could like squeeze into the secret compartment or whatever. Because I know if I turn into an animal right now, I won't be able to pick up the items and put them on me, so they'll fuse into my equipment. I have to be a person, so I think I'm just gonna have to risk taking the damage of turning into a person inside this drawer, so I can grab whatever item, like just whatever like thing comes out of the drawer, and put it on me, so I can turn back into a smaller creature before I get attacked and die.
You know what's in the room. You know that
Him and his soldier
as in,
thing. Yeah.
you know what's in the room. It's up to you. You're going to take a lot of damage. Like a lot of damage.
I think I'll wait. I'll just hang out in the drawer and wait to see if they leave the room.
Okay. Because I'm just like saying, if you turn into a human, we're talking save us massive damage here. Because you're in a confined space. And the drawer is quite a solid oak desk.
What could the lock? There's like a little key opening. As a spider, can I go in and out of it, like squeeze
Yes,
through
you
it?
can. Yes, you can.
Okay, then I'll just hang out inside the drawer until he leaves.
Yeah.
I will sit here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Lucky and Bella will be okay.
Yeah. So your options here are trying to squeeze through the secret compartment, or squeeze into the secret compartment, or squeeze out of through the lock. It will both be an escape artist check to do both. Like to do either
Okay,
one.
I'll try going into the secret compartment just to make sure it's the actual place I need to go into.
Okay. Can I get a escape artist check, please?
Dexterity.
Essentially that.
It's a spider. I have
A lot more dexterity.
plus
than usually.
2. It's plus 2, which is more than I have.
And
16.
16 is going to happen. You can crawl in to the tiny little gap as a spider, and again, it's darkness, but you can see in the dark. And inside this slim area is a stone about this big. Looks like it's made of jade that's melted, but it's got 3 eyes along its length. And that is the only thing inside this area.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'll squeeze out of the drawer and just hang out under the bottom side of it because I only have 20 feet of movement, so that would be like all my movement just to like go in and out.
Okay.
I'll hang out underneath the desk as a spider,
So
just so I can see what's happening.
So you're going out of the desk itself?
Yeah, out of the drawer underneath, like where you sit part of the desk. I'll hide under there.
Okay, so I need another escape artist check, please, to get through the keyhole.
Okay.
I'm seeing if I can find a that will also escape you. There's not. I can't find a handout that actually just shows you what it looks like without actually telling you everything about it. So I know there's one somewhere. So yes, you escape out the keyhole, and you're now underneath the desk.
Your sound just turned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up. Right back. And we should be good.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a lot of sound issues. Sorry about this. So you're now underneath the desk, and you think you're safe. You don't look to be seen. You're a small creature. Bella, what would you like to do? There's a door behind you.
Yeah, I guess I'll open it.
You open the door. There's no lock on the door. It's an internal door of the house. It looks like I'm going to have to put someone into initiative. Inside the corridor, well, the entrance hall here, is lining the sides of the door, like sides of the walls. Looks like just above head height are little goblets, quite ornate, and you notice most of them have a rising sun motif on the goblets. Look like quite valuable at that. And there's also a gentleman, and I do say gentleman because he's quite well dressed, who is a tiefling, an aged tiefling at that, who is walking towards you quite confidently. And he has acid burns on his forearms.
Oh, hello.
It's our old friend.
Well then. Yeah, I'm that's yeah, hi.
They're going to. So attack of 19. Okay. It does hit for only 2 points of damage.
She's like poke.
Let's give you an idea.
How are you rolling -2?
What?
Because she's got a +4 dex.
Oh,
Yeah, add the dex, but you got a -2 on the roll?
But your die roll was somehow a -2.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm just like,
Should be doing 5 points minimum.
hey, oops, I didn't mean to click that again, but I was just okay. That, yeah, something's messed up.
Yeah, it's giving you -2 instead of a die roll.
What is?
We've got a lot of stuff going on here.
Yeah, that's a -2 damage.
Switch it to 1d. What are you using? A dagger? 1d4.
Well, it's like clicked under damage, so it says like -2. So
Whoa. Yeah, that's weird.
yeah, I mean, I
So-
don't think I did that.
D6.
D4.
Yeah.
D4, is it?
Yeah.
Still coming up as -2. It's locked as -2.
Try, maybe. What about unclicking it?
No, it locked itself as -2 for some reason. What a weird thing.
Okay,
We've got
so
some
like,
weird stuff going on.
Do a
guys.
manual roll
okay, so 1d4.
+4.
Plus four,
Okay,
yep.
so slash.
I'll try to figure this out.
It's like, how is she doing only 2 points of damage?
Yeah, I was kind of.
Well,
It's still
5.
better than 2.
Yeah, I mean it is.
There's nothing in your inventory that reminds us. I do play with things like that, but there's nothing there that should do that. There's another one in there. I've just dumped another.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 points of damage. That's another 3 on top of what he had. There we go. Still, he's unfazed. He's
Yeah,
absolutely
okay.
unfazed by you.
Yeah, disengage.
Mhm.
Just kind of step back in the doorway.
Okay. And I really don't know how we're going to play this guy because he's really.
And I literally just pictured Bella running in there, poke, and then like right away.
Right back out. Poke him in the foot.
Trying to think, I did not expect you guys to do this. I really did not expect you guys to do this. But then again, that happens. Yep. Let's. There we go.
Didn't expect us to go in the door, or didn't expect us to open all the doors. Run in three different directions.
Okay. So, Nick, you see one of the looks like a letter opener rise off the desk and starts floating through the room towards the door.
Okay, he's got a lot of magic items in this room.
And it's standing above the door. It's point down above the door.
Oh my.
Just waiting in anticipation. Guard 2, who isn't dead, is going to do something really awful. No, he's going to do something stupid. He's going to get between the two thieves. And
You moved the wrong one.
Yeah, you moved.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, he's going to get between the two thieves. It is stupid. And attack Bella. Wrong one. Oh, what is going on today? None of my stuff's working. There we go. Again, it's a short sword. He swings. And with an attack of 7, that's not going to happen. Put that to public. And the two other guards are running. You can start hearing a really quiet ringing from outside. But it's just barely perceivable. And you're starting to hear swearing as well. From the same direction, of course. Lucky, what would you like to do?
I want to see what's in this room. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to go there. Oh. Okay.
You see a elderly tiefling, dressed quite well for himself, and he's pulling out a cane.
Pulling out a cane.
Yes.
And I see the acid burns.
Yes, you see an acid burns.
Yeah. Okay. You're the baddie.
You're the one who blew me up.
I just remember too what this guy did. He's the one that threw the fireball at Lucky.
If anything, you just use this as a vengeance tactic.
In fact, I think what happens at this point is Lucky reaches in his pocket and throws out a golden coin, and the spiritual weapon becomes the golden coin, and it starts spinning. And Lucky goes, and it flies.
Vengeance!
Yep. And it misses.
It flies. And it misses. Yes, it does miss.
And it hits the bookshelf.
There's no bookshelves. There's lots of there's like a shelf that goes just above head height of all of these cups and goblets.
It goes in a cup.
Well, it hits the base of the shelf, and the shelf falls down with a crash.
But it just barely misses him.
Well, maybe we'll see. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save with the toll of the dead. Okay, so I'm just trying to get his sword up and running. There we go. That'll be good enough. And unedited his sheet. There we go. Wisdom save. He has taken damage, but he passes for 21.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, everyone is passing. All right, and then I move back there.
Dandelion.
I'm
And
going
I
to-
whisper, "We might be in trouble, Bella.
Yeah.
We have to run."
You've seen the Lord cast magic.
Mhm.
You can see that there is the statue, like the mounting of armor that sits next to the door, is moving, and it is ready to attack anyone that opens that door. And there's also a dagger, a letter opener above the door itself, pointed down, just waiting.
A lot of traps in here. Sweating. I'm gonna quietly stealth my way towards the door so I can peek under it and see if Bella and Lucky are okay.
Yep.
And a
as
plus 4 to stealth.
Yeah. Stealth may be an important one now. You do have an advantage on this as well, because you're
Okay.
really, really small. Okay.
Okay. 12 plus 4. It adds all of it together.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
I can
make
say
it.
the 20. 20 is good.
No, it's 12 plus 4. It's 14.
That's 16.
Oh, 16?
Oh, right.
I might have to roll.
Just like slowly inching across the floor, this little spider. Nothing to see here. I am a normal average spider.
Right. Nothing to see here indeed. Not whisper. Toggle. So again, not prepped these type of things. I did not expect you to do this. Perception.
Oh, boy.
Giving one disadvantage because he's looking at the door. Misses.
I'm
Again.
just an average house spider.
The
Nothing to see here. Just your normal everyday house spider.
Sure. Again, disadvantage on perception. Doesn't have a perception roll, but okay, so what's perception on... What's the perception based off, guys?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay, thank you. Misses as well.
Average, normal house spider. Nothing to see here.
So you can
What do I
see
see under
underneath
the
the door. You can see underneath the door. There's a couple of dead guards. There's a pile of unconscious people.
And no sign of Lucky or Bella.
But there was a civilian that wasn't unconscious. I'm just going to move him away out of there. I didn't realize he was there.
Actually, those civilians would have been blinded for a round with the color spray.
Yeah.
Not
Blinded,
for
not
dis-
unconscious.
And
Yeah,
only
it's
for
not
one
sleep.
round.
Ah,
So they may have all
They just die.
run off by now.
okay.
We're gonna get
we'll deal with them at the
arrested.
start of the round.
We're gonna get arrested. We're done. We've done this
You're
wrong.
told to run.
Yeah.
There's still the option of running.
Yep.
Also, I
Um,
can't see out the door.
Okay, so the elderly tiefling walks up to the door and looks down at both of you. Now with a sword in hand that's drawn from his cane, and he just stabs at both. I'm just going to move some of these out of the way because they're always stuck on top of each other, but there we go. So he's going to try to stab at Bella first. Hopefully this works. Misses, I believe.
Yep. I have
And-
15 armor class.
At Lucky, I think that's
That
a hit.
definitely hits.
And he grins menacingly when that does hit. And you also notice as he pulls it out, he twists the blade just that little bit.
Ow!
Bella.
Ew. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna go for that guy instead. She's gonna go for the elderly tiefling.
He seems quite confident. You're hearing people shouting for guards.
Oh,
And you
wait,
roll a
that's a
one.
one.
You roll a
Good
one.
thing you're favored by Tamora. There you go.
16?
16 is a hit.
Good.
Add 2d6 because you qualify for your sneak.
Oh, okay. It's been so long. Slash.
Yep, that was a bad 2d6. 4 points of damage. Okay. This is going to get really...
This is all Castle's fault.
Castle.
I'm playing Castle as the smart one,
Yeah.
as the one that isn't the burglar, as the one that... Shit, it all went bad. Get out of here. And so I think I did it right. He's not going to attack.
I have to blame somebody.
I think you played Castle exactly how he would have played it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have him attack people on a noble's land.
No.
I'll get busted breaking into a noble's location.
Or face danger.
Well, he does face danger. He just does it as his own plan.
He usually runs away, gets hit, and then goes unconscious.
It happened only more than once.
Twice in one session.
More than once. Okay, this is where things get bad. So, the door opens.
I move across the door. He just closes the door.
Oh, the door opens, and high or low? Who wants to be high? Who wants to be low?
Oh, I'll be high.
I'll be low.
Okay. Okay, so you're the target, Lucky. This is where things get really bad. This is when you find out just what you're dealing with.
Oh no.
And this is when making guides on what are the best level spells really comes to haunt you. Because I actually did some research last night on your guides.
Oh, a level 8
Whoa.
spell. Oh my.
Yeah, good thing I didn't turn into a crocodile in the middle of the room. I would have been dead.
Is there a save there?
No.
No,
There's
there's
no
not. Is there anything there? No, there is not. Lucky disappears from the room. Just disappears right in front of you. As he moves to there, and I didn't put that on their own timer. I was actually going to be doing onto theirs, but no. I shall just give their own time just in case. There we go. So yeah, he moves to there. What would you like to do? The guards. So this guard attacks on his round. He's right next to you with his short sword. Misses. The other two guards are frustratedly trying to figure out why the bell isn't ringing.
Why is this working? Like 3 of them just like banging on it.
Lucky, can you do an intelligence? Is it a intelligence
Yeah.
check? Not a save, but a check.
I need a natural 20.
To escape the maze.
Yeah.
Yep, nope. Dandelion, what would you like to do?
I'm seeing him get out of the room. Gonna quickly make my way back over to the desk. And what does the desk look like? Like, is there
is-
like a shelf in front of it? Like, can I hide?
It is
behind
a
the desk?
large oak ornate desk. There's a lot of scroll work. It looks to be incredibly heavy and incredibly well built. From the internals, which you have seen, the wood itself is quite thick in itself. There is no front shield area.
All right.
There is an open book on top of the desk.
Okay, I'll go up on top and look at whatever that is.
And this is what I was preparing.
I
So
just
on
died.
top of the
It's
desk...
the cursed book.
Yes! Actually, you guys missed the curse book earlier. I was really annoyed. I'm not kidding. That's on the book. It should be in your journal now.
Oh, my journal.
Yep. So would you like to read it out?
Ooh. No, I think I'll read it when I reconvene with everybody.
If you reconvene with everybody. Good choice.
If I reconvene with everybody.
Okay. So that's your action with reading the book. And it will take an entire action to read.
Hopefully
through
no one
that.
comes over and just sees a spider on top of a book and
And
brushes me off instead of closing the book and squishes me.
Or just closing the book and squishing you.
Yep.
Okay. Willifit again attacks before Bella's able to go. So this time, 2 attacks on the same person. The 10 is not going to hit, but I believe the 17 is. That's 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Now, what would you like to do? I've got a sound effect for this one. Oh, sorry.
Oh Lord. Well, she saw Lucky disappear.
Just gone. No
Yeah,
trace.
just gone. Like, so she doesn't. Would she be aware that some person cast a spell on him?
You saw that's the what looks to be the Lord, the most
Yeah.
finely dressed person, open the door. He quickly cast a spell, and Lucky just disappeared.
Yeah, okay, she's gonna stab him.
Would you like to rethink your actions?
Yeah. Shit. I don't.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, like I'm saying, I just said all the people are out of their unconscious and blind. They're running around, and some of them have run out. If they can see,
Yeah.
they've run out of the place. So I'm just going to put them into the other layer, which you can probably also see as well. But
No,
So-
I can't. Ugh.
you have a clear access to the side door which you came in.
Mm,
You'd have to do a disengage, but there is access to
yeah.
that. What would you like to do? Would you like to stab, or would you like to flee?
I'm disengaging. So.
So you're running?
Yeah.
Okay, you run away. We'll stop the combat. And we'll deal with two separate incidents. Dandelion, what are you doing?
I have a plan. I looked at my wild shape. I use a bonus action to revert to a human and my action to return into a beast. And whatever objects I have in my hand go into my body. So I'm going to turn into a person, use my bonus action, pick up the book, and turn back into a spider. With the book in my hands. I'm ready.
Well,
Let's go.
Well, everything's going on while this... What happens is this. As you turn into the human, pick it up, and then in that tiny little space of moment, the armor turns to you with a weapon in hand, starts walking towards you, and then you disappear again. And,
Okay.
and you disappear again.
I use my 20 foot of movement to get out of the room because I still have that.
Yep.
I scuttle onto the other room and get on the wall and just like hide. And just like shaking my little spider body.
You see, as you go into the other room, more guards arrive from other areas of the house.
I also can't get out of the room.
Yep, we'll get that sorted again. Oh, there's so many different tokens there. There we go. This should work.
Yep.
So as you get out of the room, you can see Lucky's not there. You see the Lord, his servant, and others gathering around that spot, weapons drawn. What was it? I was going to say the spiritual weapon, but the letter opener is also with that area right above, waiting, poised, above an empty spot in between them is what you can see.
Oh no.
Trent, would you like to do some saves? Also, not saves, but intelligence checks.
Right.
Or
yes.
would you, as you try to...
I'm wandering around the maze. Woo, a maze!
Exactly that. You're just wandering
I'm gonna
around the
go
maze.
that way! No,
That way's not the right way.
Nope.
This one's fun!
So, yeah, essentially, you're just trying to find your way out of a maze until, as you know, the time limit will run out. And
Yeah, I don't know
Bella,
how much is going to change between now and the time I leave the maze one way or the other, so...
not really. There'll be more guards if it runs out when they want it, but that's about it.
I don't think that makes much difference.
I don't think it will either. I really don't think it will either. Bella, how are you going?
Oh, and now that you've already run away, I'll say if you had stabbed him, he'd have to make a concentration save, and if you failed, I would have come back. Just saying. Of course, you could have used your bonus action to do the disengage anyway after that. I figured as in the maze, I couldn't actually mention anything.
No, he couldn't.
I just figured I'd point that out now.
Oh God! I'm gonna kill Lucky again.
I think he's probably just going to go to the lockup.
So, how long are you going to wait on the walls, Nick?
Oh no, I'm immediately getting out there. I don't see Bella or Lucky. I think either they ran away or they were captured, but I don't see them like in chains or anything, so I think they just got away. So I'm gonna run out.
Okay.
Because I didn't see Lucky got a spell cast on him, did I? Because I just saw Castellana walk out the door.
And cast. He did walk out the door, or at the door, like at the door frame itself, and
You can
cast.
see all the guards all the way around one square and all facing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
With weapons
Something's
out.
going on there.
And their weapons aren't level; they're aimed down.
Okay.
So
I see two people. Is it one guard and the castellator, and then his floating knife?
there's more people. As in, I'm not going to
Okay,
move all the guards in, but there will be more people moving.
Okay. You know what? I do have a bite attack as a spider. I'm gonna crawl into his pant leg. I'm gonna try to bite him. So my bite is a +4 to hit.
Okay. It's got a possibility of hurting him or hitting. It does hit.
All right. He needs to make. He takes 1 point of piercing damage, and then he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. The saving throw is 9.
Can he fail this? I don't know. I think he might be able to fail it. It's always a possibility. The Constitution, he fails it.
Cool. He
Wow.
takes an additional 1d4 point of poison.
Yep, and gets the poison. Wow, maxed that.
And since that was 2 different sources of damage, that's 2 concentration saves.
Yes. Yes.
Both DC 10, so he might
Yeah.
make them both. But
I think we've got a good chance. 1,
it's a chance.
he passes. 2, he fails.
Yes.
Oh, I reappear.
You reappear, and there are guards around. Now I might actually have to put in the
Makes the
guards.
bonus action immediately.
Okay, so your bonus action immediately is to get out. We're going to actually do it. I know it's an immediate thing. They've also got held actions too.
There's definitely no
It's
question.
still my turn. Can
It
I
is?
use my
Okay.
movement to jump onto Lucky? Because it doesn't take an opportunity attack, so Lucky's in his space.
That
But
is
I
true.
can't jump into Lucky's space, so I don't get swatted at and possibly squished.
Ah, spider!
No! It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Please don't kill me.
Wait, please don't do us for copyright either.
Lucky might not notice. He does have like 10 guards around him with weapons drawn.
Yep.
Well, I was in this Castellanter's pant leg. I'll try to just hop onto either Lucky's shoe, or I'll just hide in his shoe.
Yep.
Just be in there.
I'm just going to move the... No, that's right. He's there. Cool.
Yeah, they have ready to action. There's nothing.
So they do have ready action. So what we're going to do an initiative. If you wish to be lucky, I will let you replay your... redo your initiative.
Well, first thing I'm going to
As in
do
spend a luck point.
is I am spending my inspiration to get advantage on the initiative roll. Oh, I can't do that, right? You can't do advantage on initiative rolls.
No, you don't get it. You can't get an advantage on initiative rolls, but if you want to spend your luck point, I'll let you do a re-roll. Is what I'm
Okay,
saying.
well, let's see how the first roll goes. Yeah, I think I want to spend luck.
Yeah, I think an initiative 2. So, wow. So, a 4, and then you spend your luck to get a 9. It's still possible.
Yep.
This is just for their held actions, because you're held action as well. Let's see. We'll do it in least threatening first. And get these rolls up. Okay, 3. Next one. 17, so that's 1 that'll do it. 1 that'll get his attack of opportunity on you. Well, his held action, I should say. 2. Now the big one. I'm going to minus a few things off him. So I'm going to actually, because he did take damage. How much damage did you take?
Did he
5.
take?
4,
5.
5.
5.
You beat him.
Altogether 5.
So only 2 attacks of opportunity as you're fleeing and trying to disengage. Only 2 get their held actions. And it's not the Lord. 13 is a miss. 2 is a miss.
Yeah.
You get your dash out of there.
Okay. And then, I would do a sanctuary as soon as I could, and then like a disguise self as soon as I could, so that I appear like a little kid running down the street.
Mm.
Okay.
And then I get out of dodge. I make sure. No, actually, first thing I do is I'd make sure Bella's gone, because I would never leave Bella behind. Okay.
Panicked, all right.
And then I run.
Yeah, you can't see Bella. As you're a few streets away, Bella, you're also you're even further away. Not by far though. You see, actually no, you will be a bit further because of the amount of time it took for that to get out, as well as bits and pieces. You see, or you start hearing the bell starting to ring properly, as they've finally figured out that you've actually muffled it, and the bell's ringing properly. You hear, or you can see the Griffin cavalry coming towards that area. You can hear boots racing and marching, or less marching, but running to the area, and you can hear the armor jostling as well. You can't see the guards, but you know that they're in the area. You know they're running towards that area. And lucky you actually see the guards running towards the area, because you're a lot closer to. So can I get a sanctuary and your disguise?
Well, my sanctuary. The disguise is a disguise self spell, so there's no roll. It's automatic. No.
Yep.
They can make an investigation check against my spell save DC if they are inspecting me.
But they're not inspecting you.
To a casual observer, I'm just going to look like a child, not like a halfling.
Yep. And they're not inspecting
child.
you. They're running towards a location.
And the sanctuary would be up anyway, just because I'm not sure if guards are following me. But and then I'm going to duck into the nearest alley I can find.
Yep. No problem. One thing you do note, and can I get a how can I put this? An insight check from both Lucky and Dandelion.
I think I'll have to re-roll that one.
Yes.
Oh wait,
Okay.
no, that was okay. 17. Yeah.
So 17 and 21.
I.
Did it automatically re-roll?
I'm not sure what it did. It did 1 plus 11 plus 6. What was that about?
I've got no idea.
See what comes up. There, that rolled properly. Okay.
Did it automatically because you're halfling?
No, because it added 11. So it's like it rolled it twice or something.
I think it rolled it twice because you're halfling. It automatically re-rolled it for you.
Maybe so.
That's cool.
Anyway.
Could be. Wow.
Okay.
I know they've done a lot of updates and bits and pieces. That could be something. I didn't read that update, but
or it's a bug.
or it's a total bug. Totally could be a bug.
There's been a lot of weird things going on.
Yeah, apparently you can see the entire map when you really shouldn't be. I don't know. So one thing you notice is that Nick notices it more because Nick was a bit outside the situation, but you notice that they just left the guards on the ground bleed to death.
Oh.
Whoa.
So they didn't help them. They didn't one of them could have been saved, The one near the door to the office could have absolutely been saved, and they just let them bleed to death. They didn't try to tend to the wounds while they were waiting for Lucky to come back from the spell. They just let them die. It's a higher crime to kill than to just attack.
Well,
Just as a heads up there.
once I am free and clear, then I'm going to properly disguise myself because I want one that's going to last.
Yep.
So I'll do a. No. Maybe I don't have a disguise kit. I need to get a disguise kit then. So I'm just going to leave this area entirely.
Yep. Esme, is Bella doing anything protection wise?
Wait. Here we go. A disguise kit is based on what? Charisma? I assume so.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh.
22, yep.
All right. So
Natural
I
20?
have disguised myself as a child, and now I am going to head for the dock regions because I am not going back to Troll Skull Manor.
I'm just chilling out on Lucky, like nothing. I'm not here. Nothing's here.
Because we've been made, I think.
Well, Dandelion has heard them talk about the group. Like, they do know you exist. So, Bella, where are you going?
Actually thinking about going to the docks too after all this was done. So yeah, the dock region.
Okay. So the docks are a large reason.
We probably had our whatever hangout that we used to go to. I'll go there.
So you go to a dark alley somewhere in the docks.
No, probably a pub. I need to celebrate. I just got out of a very difficult situation.
I was actually about to correct myself and say pub, yes, because I know what you guys are like. Yep. So pick a pub. You know where they are.
Okay, so let me find the docs here.
I know where Cassell's gone, but I'm not telling you where he's gone.
Got to his house on the docks.
I'm not. Yeah.
I'm not telling you where he's gone.
I'm not sure where we used to hang out, but I'm going to say it's going to be. I like Fishgut Court. That sounds good. So right there.
Yeah.
Fishgut Court. Oh, it's right near the two ships that you tried to break into.
Not too far. Couple blocks.
Yep, typical.
When he goes into the pub, I'm gonna bounce off of him and then start to crawl onto the roof of the pub, turn into my human form, and start writing down everything that is in this journal in my notes.
Okay, well, the pages that were open...
Your sound again.
Your sound.
No. Be right back. Okay, there we go. So I guess that's going to be one of the issues that's going to be ongoing before the problems with sound this day. So the open page is essentially the latest stuff that's been going on. It looks like it's been like new insights, but if you look at the start of it, it talks about rumors of stolen dragons, of Neverember, of him stealing like pretty much the city's treasury and hiding it somewhere. And it starts with very much speculation, and then it gets more and more solid, and then it talks about other groups possibly having an item for this, and then it starts again building on that as he gets more and more. It looks like his diary exactly on everything going on, and it talks about how important the Stone of Galore is, and that he needs it, and he's heard of that he's had, like, that such and such has had it, then another person has had it. He talks about the betrayal of the other lords, as in he knows inside details of that, and there's other bits and pieces there.
Okay. After I've written everything down, copied everything word for word, I'm going to roll up all those notes together and cast Animal Messenger. Send those to my employer.
How many animal messages
itself.
have you got? Because there's a lot of stuff there.
Well, the Animal Messenger, I can just do a verbal thing, but I can give the animal just whatever it can hold. So I roll up and take out my notebook. I'll give it to a pelican because they got big beaks. Drop it in. And then the pelican's message will be, Castellanter has stone. First floor office. Desk drawer, secret compartment. So that's the verbal message.
Yep. What's the rest of it? Is like everything just the rest notes on the entire book? Because it's thick. There's a lot of stuff there. Or just the latest.
I fill up my entire journal, and now I just have his journal. So I trade journals and give them my journal.
Okay.
And put it in the pelican's beak.
As the pelican flies off, you can see from the top of Fishgut Court, you can see it fly off to the southwest to only a couple 100 meters, actually. To here.
Oh, that was really close to it. I thought it was.
You've never really known where these messages go. You just know the person. And how long are you waiting around?
After I'm done doing that, I'll hop off the roof or crawl off the roof as a spider and go find Bella and Lucky and tell them, I got a book. It wasn't all for naught. I have his notes.
So the reason why I was asking how long do you wait, because you don't see the next message go from that ship somewhere else.
Oh. Like,
that was it.
That was weird.
that was all I was interested in, curious about. So inside Fishgut Court, there's a little tavern. It's doing quite well tonight. It's giving it some sound coming through. There you go. There, so it's doing quite well. Good eatery, lots of food. You remember it being one of those more raucous taverns, and a lot of good food to be had.
I'm betting fish stew.
Are you just going to wait there with some drinks and some food?
Yeah, I figure if Bella got away, she'll probably meet me here. Assuming she's not dumb enough to go back to Troll Skull Manor. And so I order stew for two and a pitcher of beer. And I'll remove my disguise.
Okay. They do say we don't sell to children until you actually remove the disguise.
Yeah.
So they kind of won't do that until that's
Really? This is the Dark Lords.
Even still. It's the parents that then come in and abuse them. That's the threat. Not the children, it's the parents. Dog workers are rough. So after a while, actually I think Bella's going to get there before Dandelion comes down, because there's a lot of stuff in that book that you're
I'm on that route for a while.
Yeah. So Bella, you enter the tavern. It's a raucous night. You see off to the corner in the darkness is your old friend, alive and safe.
I ordered you fish stew!
I thought you disappeared. disappeared.
You disappeared.
You disappeared first.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was somewhere in a maze. It was fun. But it was bad because I was just making progress and suddenly I was gone out of there. I had it almost figured out.
I kind of was wondering if maybe you were dead. Or you disappeared and I panicked.
Nope, didn't die.
Good, because you kind of almost died before, but...
I wonder if we meet him again, if he would do that again so I can figure out the rest of that maze.
Just give me a rest. Long rest. That's all.
Oh, boy.
Do like different levels each time you go in. It's new.
Oh, I hope not. I want to make I want to see how that one ended.
Gotta get that intelligence check. 5% is it? I believe, yes, that's what you said.
Yep.
Yep, 1 in 20 chance. And I'll say the opposite. I'll put a Minotaur fight 1-on-1.
I have a +3 to intelligence.
He was probably just running through the maze going, whee! And just like randomly going back and forth and hitting every dead end. Like multiple times.
If you got a 1, I'll put a Minotaur.
It'd be like a kid in a corn maze.
Yep. So after a while of, oh my god, you're alive, from Bella.
Why do you always do that? Of course I'm alive.
Dandelion walks in the door.
Guys,
Hi.
I got a book. It has everything he's been writing down on it. I didn't get the stone. I know where the stone is, but I don't want to go back in that room. That place is scary. But I got all his stuff. And then I give you guys a book.
They were tough.
I don't know if we could go back to the house.
Let's read the book.
Yep. It has all his stuff from like what he was investigating and also where the location of the vault and all the keys are. It's great.
Do you want to read them what it is?
Yeah. The location is under the tower of Akisna. And then he wrote in his notes, I have not heard of this mage. It must be in the city. He couldn't transport the dragons out of the city. And then first key is a silver greatsword. We know that. His note is, on order, waiting for a delivery day and time. The license will be ready in 2 days. Have the silver trade bars delivered. And then the second key is an animated construct. And his notes were, he crossed this first one out. House of Inspired Hands, that's crossed out. And then he has his second one. Mages and Protectors for Golem. Did any former adventurers bring a pet out of Undermountain? Will the monster shop have one? Third key, Beardless Dwarf. Is this a new species? Are we meant to shave one? Do their babies have beards? that made me laugh. He's an idiot, but he's also very scary. Do they have babies or are they shaped from Earth? I think he needs to go to a sex ed class. Fourth key is a severed drow hand. In the Brigandiers are somewhere in the city. We will have to put a bounty on their hands. And then he put in exclamation part, dragon. There cannot be a dragon guarding the horde of gold dragons. How would Never Emperor have got it to the city? There are protections against these creatures. And he spelled creatures wrong.
Trust me, I've spelled a lot of things wrong. There's no spell correct in
He is
Photoshop.
pretty dumb. What a maroon!
We're in. Suddenly.
We spend about 5 minutes just laughing. What an idiot!
Yeah. So you've now got access to in your journal area for that, so you can read it yourselves. But yeah, the book itself, as I said, has everything from the initial speculations of this, and then to further things. Although, like, that's just from quick glance without reading it all, and reading all his notes. From a quick glance, it has the initial to the other. If you want to investigate it further, I could probably give you some more details. As the night goes on, what would you like to do?
We could probably figure out what this word is. AKEC''SENAH. I have no idea what that is.
Oh,
He thinks
no.
it's a mage.
I wouldn't put a lot of faith in him.
Nope. Apparently he doesn't understand how dwarves work.
Apparently.
The
I
word
mean,
is
we were
Alexa
raised-
now.
We were raised on the
Okay.
Dark Wards, and we could do better than this guy.
Well, I gotta say, I don't think we should ever go back to Troll Skull Manor. I think we should go around in disguise.
And I think we are permanently bar hopping now. We just live in so many bars now.
We could live in taverns.
Yep. They'll never know where we are because we'll always be in a different one.
There's so many, they can't find them all.
Brilliant idea.
Now, do
and-
we want to try to go for one of these keys?
Well, we just gotta wait for the silver greatsword and then just steal it from them.
Well, we know where it's being made.
Mhm.
Maybe we could go in at night and take it.
You don't know when it's going to be finished,
Oh,
as he doesn't also know when it's going to be finished yet. They're waiting on that confirmation.
We'll just have to check.
so we
and-
sneak in and see how close it is.
Well, how long has it been since we last went to their shop? Been like a
This
day.
morning.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
this morning
Yeah,
when you
I
said,
think we got.
I see you, as pretending to be a guard.
I was an old man, but I was pretending to be like some undercover guard.
It's felt like a really long day.
It has been.
I feel like
And it's
really
only-
long day.
It's only like 10 o'clock by the time you get to the tavern.
Well, I've got this idea. I think this is a good plan. So we need to celebrate tonight, and then tomorrow morning over breakfast, everything will be clearer.
I agree.
Good point. Excellent idea.
So you're staying at the tavern, drinking,
Yeah.
or actually
Do
sleeping
they
as
have
well?
Do they have rooms at this tavern?
You can find rooms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll rent the rooms before we get too drunk to actually
Remember
vocalize
to
that we
rent
want
it.
to.
I think
So
we're
they
just gonna
know-
rent one room because I can just sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, so could
Well, we
we.
would probably just
Yeah,
get one. Probably just
Yeah.
get one. We don't need much.
it's enough
Between the
space.
three
for
of
all
us, we do not need a lot of space.
It's also a case of so they know where to drag your unconscious bodies after you've collapsed from drinking all night.
I mean, to be fair,
I usually know by the time I'm stumbling to head.
I also don't drink, so I'll just guide them. I'm the responsible one. Responsible.
Yeah, you're still missing a
I
party
just get
member.
water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah?
I'm sure he's fine. He's smart. He is the leader. He has a plan, I'm sure.
Yeah, you have no
He will
leader.
find us. We have no leader.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're in
Okay,
anarchy now.
Yep. So, I need a number of how much drinking you're doing, and how much you're essentially willing to spend on your drinking and your.
Well, we're in the
And the
dock
food,
area,
yeah.
so it's not too expensive.
It's cheap.
So I'll spend a gold.
Yeah, a gold's still a good party evening.
Yeah.
Like it's not over the top, but it's good, a good amount. And
I'll get a
that'll-
modest dinner.
Yeah,
Fish stew. And
So-
probably bread.
modest could be even like 2 to 3 silver for the entire.
Okay. Cool. I have exactly 2
Yeah.
silver.
Wow, if only someone sold the necklace of fireballs, like the party would be so rich. And so much more alive.
Yeah, but then the guards would have been taking me into custody.
Oh, I've got to say, we don't have Bozo, so we've totally forgotten Bozo's job because he's not been here. Halfling claim, please, Trian.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, whoops. He's not here, and we all forgot.
There we go. There we go. Just
Yeah.
oh man, that's
Well, I'll go
so
on Captain
exciting.
Kim.
Yep. I just realised that it's like, wow, we don't usually see that much pictures. Like, oh, that's right, because we usually see the swords above. So the night goes on. Is anyone reading the book or doing anything else? Just partying, drinking, and...
Drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I socialize with some other people there.
I'll read more of the book. I'll just eat my dinner and just continue reading the book. Because earlier I was just writing word for word, and I know from actual studying, just copying down that, I don't actually learn anything, so I'm now actually reading it.
Okay. Can I get an insight check, please?
Yes.
Or insight or investigation. It's the same thing in this case.
I will do insight. I'm better at it.
Yep. Oh boy. When going through it, a 25 is an insane skill check in this case. When going through it, you notice that he seems to be fearful of something. He seems to have a deadline. He keeps on referring to a deadline coming up, and this deadline's maybe 2 to 3 weeks away. He never gives it any real name or anything like that, but there's always something that he's talking about at about 2 to 3 weeks away from the current point of date or current date of time. He seems to be wanting or needing money or needing the dragons to pay off something, to pay off a debt. But it doesn't go into any more detail than that. That's as much details as I can give you, even for 25. But there's something certainly going on. When you're looking through it, everyone else is drinking, you're just drinking water, and you're just reading, it's like, oh. And it's starting to just make sense by the end of it.
While I'm also reading, I'm making my own notes and correcting all of his misspellings. So they're like in the margins. I'm just writing my own notes and stuff. And anytime I misspell, it's like, okay, let's respell that. Just starts correcting everything in it.
I've got a 7-year-old that spells better than I do. I'm not kidding. He reads everything and can spell, and he's just insane.
I can't much, but that's neither here nor there.
It's just one of his. It's one of his special skills with his ASD. He's been reading since he's been 2, without any teaching.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. Okay, so you wake up in your rooms, a little bit worse for wear. You can roll your hit dice for those that did take damage, because I know that some of you did.
That was me.
I think Bella also got damage. So we roll our hit dice instead of getting our... Essentially, you've taken the short rest rolling for hit dice and move that to the long rest, and the long rest healing everything. It doesn't happen in this campaign because there's less combat orientated. The combat's fewer and further between, except for the chase sequence, which was a lot of combats all in one. And that's kind of how it works. So you're in the docks. You have a little bit of an idea of what's going on.
Did I receive a message from my employer?
You will, actually. And so you even included like all the keys, or did you not include the keys? That's the
I wrote down everything word for word. It's that part where
Okay.
you just kind of like blank out and just like go copying things. That's what I did.
Okay. He does, like, the employer says, we can help you with some keys for a share.
I mean, he didn't hire me to get money, so I don't know. I was like, okay. I mean, he's helping me to like for my own thing. I'm not here for money.
So are you replying back?
I asked for clarification. I'm not getting paid money. Do you just want me to get you money? Question mark. Like I have other reasons why I'm here.
Yeah. We can help you with the drow hand for a share of the rewards, and also we have a lead on your current issues or current investigations.
Okay. Yeah, but understood.
So
No, they just
essentially,
said share. They didn't say what kind of percentage. They just said share. It's like, understood. Leaving that up in the air.
yeah, and there is an up in the air type of thing. So are you essentially agreeing to that, or just?
Yeah, I just said understood. Leaving it blank and up in the air of how much they want.
Yeah.
Like I just do like 1% with something or whatever, you know.
Yep. And this is happening. This will be happening through the night, so late in the night before bedtime, you get a message come through to say there's. Well, how can I put this? Trying to word this. We have one in our employee that is causing trouble. We can tell you when and where he will be.
Employee? Question mark.
No reply.
Okay. I just said okay. I'll
So
draw
you're
a
saying-
little dandelion in the corner.
But that's all there is. There's nothing
Okay.
else. That's before bed.
All right.
And you wake up in essentially a rough room in a tavern. That's barely comfortable. There's been a lot of drinking. You can smell breakfast coming from downstairs. It's wafting up into the rooms above.
That gets me up. Breakfast time.
You're still a little bit sore from the night before, but I think you're on 4 hit points now. And
Yeah.
over breakfast, what's the plan for the day?
Well, what should we do today?
You've got a few leads again.
Well, animated construct. Do you think we could get like some like
I wonder if we
would
can
a
get that.
watch?
We know a construct.
We do.
Maybe he'd just help us.
Would he be allowed to?
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, if anything, we could also ask Zardoz Zord. He's pretty nice.
That's cool.
He had like butlers, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know lots of constructs. How many
Yeah.
constructs do we?
Yeah,
That one's easy.
food. He had some good food and drink going on.
There we go. There's breakfast.
Well, I mean,
Second breakfast.
there's food already here.
Second breakfast. I apologize. I was not
Yeah.
considering your culinary expertise. Second breakfast. And then brunch, because it'll probably just push into both of them.
Most
And it's
likely.
big
No,
enough?
no. No, you humans don't know. After second breakfast, it's 11 Z's.
Right.
Yes, that's very true. 11 Z's.
I will write this down. I
Then
take that.
brunch.
And then I write it down. But then we also gotta find a beardless dwarf. I got a lead on a drow hand.
You got a lead on a drow hand?
Yep. I don't know where they're gonna get it, but apparently they're gonna.
Why do we? I mean, do we just find a drow and just,
I don't know.
Dandelion says they have a lead on a drow hand. I say we go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
still,
don't ask any questions.
Yep. It's very mysterious. I don't understand them very much.
That's a drow hand.
Yep. Just nod. Just nod and walk away. But then we got to find a beardless dwarf.
I think that he was onto something with the shaving part.
I mean, I know some dwarves that shave. Well, they stylize it.
We know one dwarf, but I don't know. And she did not have a beard.
She did have a beard.
Didn't?
Oh, but I thought before.
She shaved it for the disguise?
Yeah, no, I thought
did.
it was the other way around. I thought the beard was added for the disguise. Oh,
she did have a beard. She bushed it up more.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know how dwarves are finicky about their beards.
Yeah.
Can you turn yourself into a beardless dwarf? Would that work?
I could look like one. I wouldn't be one.
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't last for forever.
And I'd look like a pretty short dwarf.
You would.
They're massive. Have you seen them? They're up to there.
Yes, they are very, very large. And I'm just like, I'm 5'5", so yeah, people are pretty tall compared to me, but you know. And then we got to figure out what this other tower of something.
Yeah,
because that's where it is.
Who would know that kind of stuff?
Castle would know.
Yeah, Castle would know. I bet you Castle knows.
Yeah, Castle.
So
Where
we
do you
need
think
to
Castle
find
went
Castle.
to?
I know. I think he's smart. He wouldn't have gone back to Troll Skull Manor. He had his old house. And we stayed there. We know where it is.
Yeah.
All right.
It's after barge into Castle's house.
Yep. Uninvited guests.
Yep. Again.
Which
He invited us the first time. That was the mistake.
Yeah. The only time he invited you. Every other time, you were totally uninvited guests.
I don't think we were really brought into his house too much after that. We just were uninvited in his room.
No, well, yes. Then, of course, you kept on inviting yourself into his room everywhere else.
Yeah.
No matter where he was, no matter what house, you kept on inviting yourself into, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, you head off towards Castle's house, which is not far. It's not actually marked on the map. I can't remember exactly where. I think there was a street name we had somewhere, but and you find the door locked. There's a smell from a barrel outside the door.
Oh, yeah.
I can only assume. There's quite a strong fish smell.
I think he's fermenting something. Maybe he's making a potion.
Fermenting?
That's what people do.
I've got no idea as the GM, so yeah.
Well, I think that door is becoming unlocked.
Yeah. Let's just unlock that.
You go ahead.
With guidance, of course.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll actually work, but okay. I think. Okay. I just gotta. Okay. Thieves' tools, dexterity. 23.
23 unlocks the door.
Castle.
Castle, are you in there?
Castle.
And if he doesn't answer, take a look around. Just make sure there's no notes or anything left for us.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking around, you hear, "Be quiet," from further inside.
Okay.
And lock that door behind you. Yes, he went to his house. Of course he went to his house. He's not going to go to Troll Skull Manor.
He's not that stupid. Good grief.
He was smart enough to run.
I mean... Castle?
What happened?
I got a book. It's got all the dude's notes in it. We didn't get the stone. I know where it is. It's in his desk, and it's in a secret compartment. But he had, like, this magic suit of armor and a floating letter knife, and then he was, like, magical, and it was super scary. He disappeared Lucky. Apparently Lucky went into a maze. But we got his book, and it has all his notes in it.
He's not that great. He couldn't even hold that spell.
Yeah, I bit him as a spider, and he lost concentration.
Because I don't know how he lost concentration.
Yeah. Because you have no idea. You didn't even know how Dandelion got out of there.
It wasn't that. No, I didn't see Dandelion at all until we got to the bar.
You don't even know how Dandelion knew about the bar either.
No.
Not at all.
I assume they just showed up by luck.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah.
Castle's more concerned about, like, he's excited about the book, but he's asking more about what happened to, like, was anyone hurt? And he's not caring about you guys. He was caring about anyone, the location.
Yeah, there were guards.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I killed one.
I didn't hurt anyone.
Yeah,
Well, no,
I think a couple of them died.
I mean, I did stab that tiefling guy.
I think we'd be smart not to be caught by the guards.
I don't know if we could. I don't think we should go back to Troll Skull Manor. I can talk.
Bella is distraught.
Yeah. He then brings up the next problem. We've got to actually present ourselves to the guards each day. We're not going to be able to do that either.
Not if you go AWOL.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Maybe you just disappear.
I'm always on the wall.
See, that's the first time it's been mentioned to the party that Dandelion's also AWOL.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
always
what?
been.
Supposed to be here.
You
Yeah,
haven't
I'm
been
not-
fired yet?
Well, I'm not supposed to be here.
Oh.
What
Like
do you
in
mean
the
not?
city, I'm not actually supposed to be anywhere. Why do you think I have this mask?
So you're exiled
It's
from
also
the
because
city.
I have a horrific scar and my face looks disgusting. But I also have another reason for it.
You said it had to do with your druid stuff. Weird stuff.
That too, that's why I put a plant in it. Otherwise it would have just been a normal wooden mask. But now that it has plants in it, now it's a druid thing.
If we just make sure we always have disguises on when we're moving around, and we keep the disguises changing every day. We're like here. We're like there. we're like the shadows.
Yeah.
Oh god. I'm gonna say one thing. Sometimes there's random encounter, like sometimes there's predetermined side adventures. You're saying that you're not going to be back to the Troll Skull Manor for a little bit. When the guard turn up, they're gonna find some weird shit. Just putting that out there. I'll explain to it like between the weeks, but I'm just going to put that out there. And I'll copy and paste something in our Discord about the whole, what's happening between, But anyway, so what does the book say? Like,
Oh,
does it say where
yeah, it has literally everything. This dude writes down as much as I do. It's amazing. But I'm a way better speller. And I understand how reproduction works with several different species.
And
he's very confused about the process.
And I think if he writes everything down, that must mean he needs these notes or he'll forget.
Oh, yeah.
So without the book, he's got to be in a bit of trouble.
See, I forgot about that. I didn't write it down. I write it down.
He doesn't even remember how to spell creature.
You remember that one of the things that Rainier never mentioned is that if someone takes the stone away from you, you forget what you learned from the stone.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So that's...
So this was his backup in case someone took the stone.
So we need to... If we took the stone away from him, then he's really in trouble. Could we still think we could get it?
Cass, I was like...
If we can wait, that room is literally right on the street side. If you guys could drill a hole into it, and then I could go in the hole as a spider, but then I need somebody to go in and unlock the drawer because I can't unlock it.
Yeah,
we'll draw a bigger hole.
I think we got it all figured out except for the part where we get in and the part where we get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
But other than that, we got it all worked out.
Please, someone clip
do you
that.
know how to pick a lock?
I can do my acid claws. I can damage a lock, but I can't pick it.
Could you break the lock then?
I guess I could.
You would damage it to the part where no one could open it, and you'd have to be physically broken, like chisel and hammer.
Okay, I'll do a hole, but with my acid claw. You know how like cats do in like those thief things. I'll just make a hole like that, and then I'll do it in the bottom of the drawer. Just scratch a hole in it.
Acid doesn't work against wood.
What?
No. So
I think either Bella or I would have. Oh wait, Bella, didn't you say that you could pick locks from a long way away now? Like if you could see them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can just punch a hole in the wall, and then you can do that.
Well, yeah. All we need is a little peephole, and Bella can pick the lock.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to do my thing where I did the same thing, where I'll have to absorb the stone into my body, my spider body, and it'll crawl back through the hole.
And she can even find and remove any traps, too, from a long way away. She just has to see it.
Yeah, as long as I can see it, I can pick it.
Can I get a perception, or essentially a memory check? How would you do that? Would it be...
Intelligence?
Intelligence?
Yeah, an intelligence from Dandelion.
I got a +3.
Because she crawled through the lock itself. So you would know if there was anything unusual and not lock-like. You believe that lock does not have a... You remember that there wasn't anything weird about the lock, apart from it was a bit more intricate, as in it's a complex lock, but no spring mechanisms or vials or anything like that inside, so you don't think there was a trap.
Was there a window in that room?
No, there weren't any windows.
What is the wall made of?
White stone.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might be a hard one to drill a hole through.
That sits on a main street.
Yeah, we'd be there for a little bit.
With guards just around the corner.
What about the roof?
The second story roof?
We didn't go to the roof.
Oh, 2 stories. Yes.
Actually, I think it's about 2.5 stories.
I don't know if your plan is going to work. Unless you know how to get through stone.
Not at this level. I am not a powerful enough druid to just shape stone or go through it.
I was really hoping that was the answer because that would have just been oh shit.
Yeah, we just went through a hole.
Stuff the dragon horde. Let's just go bank robbing.
The
Guys,
hole in the wall gang.
Yep.
I mean, we could
So-
just leave.
Yeah. So Cassell goes, well, what about the keys? What do we know of the keys? What, like, can
Well,
we look at
we
least
know-
for the keys?
Yeah, we know where the sword is being made, and apparently we can get a drow hand. What do you know about beardless dwarves?
That dwarves get quite angry if you shave their beards. I once had to arrest an elf. That was quite nasty that way.
What if we got a dwarf really drunk, and then they
And
passed
shaved
out,
him.
and then
He'd be very angry when he woke up,
Mhm.
but it would already get done.
He wouldn't
you-
necessarily know we did it.
when
How are you
you
then
have
going to-
fun with somebody who passes out, you usually get in trouble when they wake up.
Also,
He does say, how are you going to carry the key to the location then?
Yeah, that's a good
Make
point.
him very drunk. After we've shaven his beard. It's like,
We
hey,
get him drunk
don't even
again.
worry about it. We'll put it on like a paste beard, like disguise a beard on him, and then we'll just rip it off when we need to take the keys. Or in front of the door.
that could
What
work.
happened to my beard? But he'll be so drunk he won't even know. And then we'll just put it back on him, like nothing happened.
Okay, well, Cassell's not. I'm not going to say anything to that one. So I'm saying Cassell's not going to say anything to that one. What are the other keys? What else can we get?
Animated construct, and then first we gotta figure out the location. It's under a tower of Ekesna.
That,
The seesaw.
Alexena or something?
Yeah, AKEC_SENAH.
Alexanar.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course,
He says-
Castle would know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, of course he does. He says, "Well, it's Waterdeep. There's been that many towers, that many mages over the years. It's not what I'm familiar with, but I'm sure we can find something."
But don't they keep a record of every mage in the city?
Oh,
They
yeah.
do. That may be a bit harder to break into than the noble's house, though.
But what
Oh.
if one of us was to register? We might get to be able to peek at it.
You see his eyes and just his wholeness just drop. It's like, oh my god, no, not that again. And he explains that he didn't, like, when he registered, that he sat at a desk all day long and he didn't get to see any book or ledger.
Well,
What
who else
about-
could know a lot of wizards around the city?
What about the library? What about a library?
The
Might be the history book.
the library, the Font of Knowledge Temple to Ogma, was built
Oh,
as
wait, where
the
we kicked
greatest
out.
library. That
Yeah,
was
but
that
do
was
they
built
have
to
a
be the
list of
greatest
wizards?
library. It may will have, it'll have a history of the city. That may have the wizards.
Okay, it's a good place to start.
It's right
Wasn't
next
the-
to. He then just says it's right next to the halls of justice. So it might be an issue.
I'll have to
Ooh,
use a
disguise.
clever disguise.
Yeah, I also think that we got kicked out of that place when we went to go find stuff about the brain creature.
I didn't get kicked out. I wasn't there.
Some
But-
people did.
Yes.
We will have to use disguise.
Or change who's going to those locations. Okay, so we can look into where that is. And what about the construct?
We were wondering if we could talk to the guy who dresses so cool.
Again, face just drop.
Yeah, we had a bunch of butlers.
The guy with that great breakfast.
Which, by
And
the way, I look
zero
at my
clothing.
non-existent watch.
I liked him.
Some.
He was nice.
I've removed the picture from the... Oh no, I've got it. There you go.
Paid us.
There's a lot of stuff out here which you haven't been
Oh,
paid
he
for.
fed us a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of food there. He had lots.
And he owes us money.
Does he?
Oh, I don't know. Well, we did that job with the lady who we burnt in the mist shore to steal the crab.
You did?
Or no, we were to just sabotage her operation.
Oh yeah, we did do
But
that.
he said he'd pay us more if we killed her.
Yeah, we
He
do
did.
that. So
And we
yeah.
did. Let's go see him.
Yep.
I can't personally remember how much it was. Hopefully it's in your
What?
notes.
I believe it was one construct.
It is one construct. What it
I
is now.
knew you were gonna... Just knew.
I think I do remember what it was, actually.
This is why we have journals.
Yeah, I don't actually write stuff down. I have very scrawled notes of random things, and it's very incomplete.
Great.
I think it was 400 originally, but then it was 500 if we killed the person.
Yeah, it sounds about right. I'm thinking about 5.
Yeah.
So is that where you're headed?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unless Castle doesn't want to go, he could go to the library disguised or something.
I think Castle will say he'll go to the library because he really didn't itch.
Yeah, that sounds like the boring job. Perfect for casting.
Yeah. You
He's
go
also
read,
the most well-read.
we'll go drink.
Yep, and eat.
Yep.
And get our construct.
And money.
Yep. Be great.
Okay. So, it's going to take a while, but you know where the 2 big ships are. And
It's actually going to take very little time.
yes.
Yeah.
We are in Fishgut Court.
Well, you've actually moved to his
Oh no,
residence,
we went to Castle's house. That's right.
Yeah.
which is somewhere in the
Which
dock
is still in
ward.
the dock ward somewhere.
But it's not. But it's the waiting for the okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're coming openly this time to say hi.
I mean, I'm still looking like an old man because I'm not sure if my wanted posters have like putting up for
Yeah,
like, the
and
first arson.
we will. Anytime we're
commit.
traveling, we're going to be putting on disguises while we're outside.
Then we'll need disguise rolls for people's.
Okay, but before anyone rolls, there will be guidance. And is it possible for Bella and I to team up to get advantage? I think we both have proficiency.
Well, the way it happens is that you help someone else by not using your own skill. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
So you can't really give
And-
each
and then
other
it-
that
and-
one's going to have advantage, one's going to have not.
Okay.
One person rolls with advantage,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
then I'll just have to roll by myself.
yeah.
But can we do that?
So one person can help someone else, but that person that helps doesn't use their skill for their role. Is that how it works? There's something like
Yeah.
weird.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, the way it works is you perform the help action.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they get advantage.
Yep. No problem.
So we'll let Ursame disguise me, and I'll disguise Ursame.
I have the disguise that both of you made when I changed my clothes.
Right.
So what would I roll for that? Because I don't have a disguise kit. Just wearing my old man uniform.
I mean,
I have like a mask that I've made to look like
don't
an
know,
old
do-
man's
will we-
face.
be just
You're-
trying to disguise Dandelion again? Then?
Again, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't have like a. Okay.
All right. So this one is to disguise Bella. Hang on.
I'm just trying to quickly go through the notes as well. So 20 for disguise is pretty damn good for Bella.
okay, so
And so little notes on what you've got here.
What's a
my
negative
god!
4?
You do have advantage.
okay.
Oh, it's
You really need
-4.
advantage. That's
Yeah.
That's the roll. We'll move across. That's the roll.
There we go.
Why do you
Yeah,
still have
that's better.
-4?
Yeah.
Because it's based off charisma.
Because it's charisma.
Oh, your
Don't
charisma's
you-
just that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
don't know what my charisma is?
No,
And
I
I
didn't
think-
know it was
I think-
-4. I was like, why are you getting another -4?
I
My
will be
charisma is
doing.
3.
Oh, wow.
I will be doing the disguise on Dandelion.
So the charisma of 3 is why she can't tell a lie as well.
Mhm.
Which is a really good way of playing charisma 3. It's like, well, there's got to be some actual way of penalty, and like to not be able to tell a lie, that's a proper penalty, and you've done it really well. I've loved it.
Oh, thank you.
It's cost you like freedom on at least one occasion, but on other occasions you're just like, Castle, you talk.
I'm just kind of sickly and can't hold my spells long enough.
Yeah. So your disguises are okay. They're passable. In a neighbourhood where there's a lot of people which don't really know who you are going to be anyway, no one's really going to see you. You don't see any signs out or any wanted posters. But this is the docks. The incident happened last night in the Sea Ward. So
It
you don't
happened
know.
really.
Yes. It happened quite late as well. It happened about 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And you're out. Well, it's getting close to lunch, but you'll get there at your 11sies.
Just in time.
So you row out to the harbour. You get on. What's this ship? His main ship called? There's 3 of them. I think it's the Eyecatcher.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I knew it kind of made me think of him.
Oh, of him.
But
Well, I think it's a bit eye-catching to see somebody dressed like that. Like, oh,
Actually, no, it's not the Eyecatcher.
it's not?
Nope.
the Eyecatcher is.
It's his animal ship.
Ah.
So Eyecatcher, Heartbreaker, and Hellraiser. So it's not the Hellraiser. It must be the Heartbreaker then. Which
That
again
sounds about
makes you
right.
think about him. Yeah. I can't find where he is, but yeah. That's the Hellraiser. Okay. It's one of the 3. Anyway. So you head on out, and as expected, everything's prepared for you. You're let on board the ship. Again, everybody on board are beautifully, like just beautiful specimens of humanity. Not humanity, but just gorgeous individuals. All the men, like their vests are hanging open, chiseled bodies, long flowing hair. They are all gorgeous. And
Walked
when you,
into a Bishonen contest.
it is. This is a beauty contest. The entire ship, everybody is gorgeous.
They're
And
very
And then you
pretty.
see us 3.
Yeah.
I look like an old man too. Like.
And when you're led into the dining room again, there's food arrayed everywhere, wine goblets, and it's just it's beautiful. And this time, Zadov Zord has a bit more clothing on. At least he's wearing pants this time.
Oh, shocking.
but
Just layers.
it's not much, and you may be able to see a little bit through them.
Very
Lucky
tiny.
does not
She's just
notice
wearing
what he
jeggings.
wears. He only notices, he sees the table, sits down, starts eating.
Of course he does.
Hi, you owe us money. Also, we need one of your butlers.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Zara Sword at your service.
Let's get this.
Welcome aboard the Eye Catcher. Zara Sword at your service.
He did say eye catcher there.
Okay, so it must be the eye catcher.
Your breakfast is good.
So what can I do for you?
We
Very
took care of
good.
your problem.
Ah, yes, I heard. Thank you so much for that. I expect you'll be looking for payment as well.
Yeah, that's what we came to talk about. We
Ah.
had
How about your
something-
butlers?
yeah, we had something else in mind.
Did?
So instead of payment, you're looking for a butler?
We'll save you some money.
It's
We
more
also
than
are opening up a tavern. Remember? We're opening up a tavern. We need waitresses. And
They
a
wouldn't
mechanical one
pay.
would be white thematic and draw attention to our new tavern.
Besides, we're looking for a treasure. We need a construct as a key.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, tell them that.
Well, you
Okay.
see that the Nimberites, which I believe you're talking about, and he gestures over to the female waitress next to him, again dressed up in all finery, and all the bronze and gears, the bronze and brass, highly polished. Says they're quite expensive, and I believe that while your reward is quite significant, you would still be a little bit short. And when I say a
What
little, I
about-
mean a lot.
What about if we rent one of them?
That could be a possibility. And how long will you be looking for renting?
Just as long as till we find the dragon's treasure.
A dragon's treasure? What would this be?
Well, it's something from Neverember. Some guy he had a bunch of treasure and he left it. A bunch of dragons and 100,000 or something. And we need. There's a bunch of keys, and the construct is one of them.
Dandelion's mud's just like melting off their face. They're just like,
But didn't Neverember end up in Neverwinter? I thought he
Yeah.
was living up there now.
Yeah, it's something about it got this money some bad way and then hid it in the city.
Well, I
Some-
guess if
Some
it would
tower.
help you get access to the treasure, maybe a 5% stake for your treasure as a renting fee?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So, since we're renting this thing, do we still get paid?
Yeah, I think we should still get our
All
500 gold.
about the money, isn't it? And no, you're not getting my hat.
No, that's okay. I
Okay.
got this great new feather. My hat looks good now.
It does inspect it. It is quite beautiful. I wonder, it's very exotic. It suits your bone structure.
Well, thank you.
It makes you look so much taller as well. Now,
You're a very polite person.
well, thank you. So, we can arrange the payment. Would you like it in dragons, or would you like to be transferred to an account in the city?
Dragons.
I think we'll take cash.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it may be
Cash.
quite heavy because I believe it was quite a substantial fee.
What? Maybe you
We're
could make
quite-
it. Yeah.
We're
Maybe
quite
you could
strong.
make it in better currency, different currency.
Yes, there's other values which could be done
Yeah.
much easier.
Are the harbor moons are worth 100 gold or 100 gold each? Is that right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, maybe 5, or even better, the suns. They're worth 5. Is it 5 each?
500 or 5 gold?
Are they? I don't remember. Let me find
Treasure
see if I can
ledger.
find- There it is.
Sun's
It
100,
looks-
Harbour Moon's 500.
Oh, okay. We could do just the tolls. They're 2 gold each. That's 250.
That'd
shouldn't
still
be
be quite heavy, but if that's what you'd like, I'm sure we'll be able to scrounge up some of that. We may have to throw in a couple of suns in there just to, because we might not have as much laying about the place.
Whatever you got.
Of course, it's being offshore. We don't keep a lot of money on hand. It's kind of risky these days. The city's not as good as it used to be.
There's
I know.
cut purses everywhere out there. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Lots of like flames going on. Arsons. Run into like 3 of them. It's weird.
Really?
The city's full of crime. It's all gone downhill.
Yeah.
I also heard that there's a gang war going on in the docks, and we've been thinking of actually moving our ships off the docks just to get a little bit of distance from that, and only going to shore when needed for supplies.
That's
Gangs don't
probably
usually
smart.
swim out into the harbour. But all cities have their own politics. We're just here to provide the entertainment to let them forget about things. So, if you'd like to eat up and have some merriment, we can arrange your payment afterwards, if that helps.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick. If you need to go, you can go. Yep. So, yeah, we're not having because we started so late. We kind of haven't had a break, but we'll be finishing in about half an hour. Is there anything else I could help you with? You say a dragon's treasure. That really pips my whistle. What else can you tell me about this dragon's treasure?
Wow. I don't know everything. I don't know very much, but I know that there's supposed to be a lot of it, and we need a bunch of keys, and we don't know where it's hidden yet, but our friend Castle's trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Well, 100,000 is quite a substantial treasure. And yes, a 5% stake in that would be quite impressive. Thank you for agreeing to that one. What keys? Is there anything I could help you with?
Ever heard of a beardless dwarf?
You see him chuckle. Oh, he laughs at that one. A beardless dwarf, you say?
No.
No, I do. I've never heard of a beardless dwarf, but I'd be a sight to see.
It would.
Well, we were talking about getting one drunk and shaving him.
Yeah.
Bravo.
And then
I mean, we thought it was a pretty good idea too.
Then we need this.
Indeed.
You never heard of anyone called Alexina?
Oh no.
No, not at all. That's certainly not a person I've ever heard of. And
No,
local
us
to
either.
here?
And what else did we need? There was the sword. There's a sword being made.
Yeah. Which
yeah.
Kind of working on that one.
A sword? Is it a special sword or is it just a sword? I know
No,
things are
it's a
illegal.
great sword made of silver.
A werewolf hunting sword is quite peculiar.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Yeah,
something you'd find often.
These keys are all weird. I don't know what that means. They're not like regular keys.
Well, I'd guess if you're trying to hold a dragon, hide a horde of dragons, then you wouldn't want just a normal key someone could copy or pickpocket.
No, that's true.
Especially a beardless dwarf, you say.
Yeah, if you see a beardless dwarf, let us know.
Well, we don't actually go into the harbour or into the docks with this ship, so I can have my men have a look if you like. But that may cost some additional percentage, of course.
If you find one, I think we can cut you in for 10.
Well, an additional 5%.
Yeah, that's right.
6%.
An additional 6%, you say?
No,
I would agree to that.
Oh,
But
Bella's
my
not the best negotiator, but okay, if that's what she says.
but my men would not. But my men are not going to shave a dwarf for you. They'll just keep an eye out if that's the case.
Okay. If you find one, let us know.
But we're not here to cause trouble in the city. We're just visiting. We're here to provide entertainment. But
We're
we can
not
keep
trying
an
to
eye out.
cause any trouble either. But I think a baddie is looking for this gold, and we want to get it before the baddie gets it.
Well, I'd say 100,000 dragon would be quite desirable for a lot of baddies, from even nobles to street gangs. Anyone that finds out about this would certainly be interested. Hence, why these keys would be so peculiar. So, a sword that kills werewolves, a dwarf to be shaved or beardless, if that's a natural thing. And one of my servants, well, I'll probably have to keep my other servants off those ships in case they get stolen, though.
And a drow hand.
A drow hand, you say?
Yep.
Roll a perception check, please.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, perception or insight will probably be the thing.
I'll do insight.
Yep.
From just him, or
I don't have
everyone at the table. Nick, welcome back. They've just dropped the drow hand thing. And
what?
so they've dropped that they need.
Everything that you've told us so far, he knows it all now.
Non-subtle party.
But he did, in my defense, he did ask.
So he knows there's 100,000, and he's going to be offering you a rental for one of his nimble rights for a 5% share of the treasure. And if you can find a beardless dwarf or have his men find one for you, you've offered him, or has been offered, an extra 6% on top of that.
What's the insight for both?
So what was the insight for?
The insight is when you mention a drow hand, a severed drow hand, and Nick, I think, no, wait, Trian's got. Have you got?
I don't have advantage, so I have.
Okay, I was going to say 25. 22. Let's actually do a roll here. Because I actually will need to do a roll. I need to find. Where is his couch sheet if I've even got one? I don't even think I've got a couch sheet for him. I've got to hunt. Give me a moment. Of course, I don't have a straight couch sheet. I've got to find it in the bits.
While you do that, I'll take my turn.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So no, we started late, so we're not having a break. I'm in the same boat, so yeah. So just got to find his character sheet. So he's a named NPC. I'll scroll all the way down the bottom because he starts with Z. And of course he's not there. What the? Okay, go to the next one. Monsters. He's not a monster, but... Nope, not there. Okay, I have to find him the real way. So just hold on with me. I'm just going to find a character. There we go. There we go. So we have a deception. Okay. And we'll do a public roll so you can see. He rolled a 6.
And also because we still have that GM thing, we can see this guy's character's name.
Yep.
Though I think you can do as and then switch the names. So like
That's
I can
okay.
go Dandelion.
Yeah. That's okay. But you see, he rolled a 6 and got 20. So you see he still hides it quite well. Just a concern. But also a smirk. Across his
Concerned
face.
smirk. What does that look like?
Like there's a little bit of a that you're looking for, like a little bit of a concern, but then it just changes to a smirk when you drop the you're looking for a drow hand.
Well, now that I see the name, I know why.
Yeah.
Because we got that DM access.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not. It's just it's changed to be what it is.
I imagine we might notice that he might do something like this.
No. No. Yeah, I can't even change. Oh, I could have changed it, but I didn't. Whoops. Anyway. But he says, I don't think there's any drow in the city that I've ever heard of. They're not really a favourite in these parts. Up north sometimes.
I pull out my notebook and flip to the page that Castellan wrote down, and it said, apparently, according to the Castellans, they did some research, and the Brigandarthier are in town. I don't know who they are. I also don't know how to pronounce
and besides, didn't you say that your contacts could get you a hand?
Castle's up.
No, it was me. My contacts get me a hand. But also, apparently, my contacts know how to get a hand. But dumb joke.
And this is his response.
Bravo.
And the illusion just drops, and you are standing in front of, again, a very beautiful, but a very dark-skinned, white-haired drow.
Oh, holy!
Holy!
I mean, Bella rolled.
my mud mask just
She
melts
had
off,
no
and
clue
I
that was
get my
coming.
mask back on.
You're a drow.
Yes, I am. Your move.
I move? What?
What?
What am I supposed to move?
You have a spare hand you could give us?
I go to the next chair. Okay.
We all just get up and move to the next chair.
Different cultures, you gotta respect them.
Well,
Okay.
young Dandelion, I was offering you assistance with that.
Wait, you were? Huh?
One of my crew has been going off on his own of late.
I'm not working for him, am I? I get really scared. Wait, who am I working for?
I think I figured out who you're working for.
And he's been causing trouble in the docks. So I could lead you to where we believe that he has his hunting grounds.
It sounds like you're doing most of the work on getting these keys. How about 50%?
Well, that would be acceptable.
Okay. Half and half. Half-seas.
Half-seas is a good idea.
No, he seems like a pretty nice drow. And
Would
he
you like
seems to be able to get us lots of these keys.
Would you like to negotiate, little one, young Bella?
You hear in your head at this point, I think we should be very nice to this drow.
Good point. No, Lucky's got a point. Really good point. I just gotta take a drink.
It wasn't He's not as dumb as he might seem. Give him half before he takes it all.
After all, he's already got the notes of everything here that you've told him anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. I know. They're just like, who have I been working for? I'm so confused.
No,
As he takes out a book and places it on the table.
If he's Dandelion's boss, then he's really in it. We better just do whatever he wants.
Yeah. As he takes Dandelion's notebook out and places it on the table.
He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I told him the truth.
Yes. He already knows. But anyway. And he was going to ask for more a percentage as well for the other parts. But as I was saying, one of our crew has been causing trouble with the local population, and he's been hunting elves at night time along the docks. We know where his hunting grounds are most nights, and we would like him to be, well, it can help us both if you eliminate him, or if you don't need him fully eliminated, and if you can just take his hand, if that helps.
Okay. Anything you need to tell us about him?
I know you're offering quite a substantial reward, so I will say he has one of our new weapons of war. They're quite volatile, but if you hear a loud bang in an area, that would be him. And he has it's like a how can I put it? For someone that may not understand the terminology, it's not magical, but there's an alchemical ingredients that explodes that fire a small projectile a short distance. He enjoys them quite a lot, and it's one of his calling cards.
Okay, let's go get him.
If this lord knows about our presence in the city, it would be because of that person.
And another chimes in. So wait, if you've been my boss the whole time, are you still helping me with my thing? Because I'm not here for gold or anything. Though I will still take our share for whatever that was.
Yes, I will still help you. Our investigations are still going through.
Okay, cool. Well, all right, I'm good. Let's go. Let's go get this guy.
And he'll give you an area of the dock ward, which is more commonly being hunted in at night time. And he'll explain that he'll keep his ships at least in dock for a while, but he'll have to remove his other Nimberites away from the shore in case someone comes looking for more of them. I believe there's a new way of detecting Nimberites, which you used before.
We have this.
Yes, please don't let that get into someone else's hands if they're looking for a construct.
Why don't we give it to you?
But that would be much appreciated.
Okay.
And again, thank you for the for removing the apparatus from the shoreline.
Oh, yeah.
And as he says that, the doors open and a couple of humans, again beautifully dressed, walk in with a chest.
I'm just gonna sleight of hand, slap an ear, slap somebody's ears. Are they human? I don't trust anything now.
Do a perception.
Okay.
Not good enough.
I'm so confused. What's going on?
I want to check too, but not any of the humans. Is this real bacon?
It's real big. Yeah.
Yes, it's real bacon, and it's
I'm
highest
not.
quality.
I'm not
bacon.
eating broccoli. But that's illusion, is it? Am I?
No.
Okay.
What if this
Whew.
alcohol is water, actually?
Oh no!
Nope.
Everything's an illusion.
This guy. I like this guy. He's all genuine where it counts. Okay. I think we're gonna go drow hunting.
Do you say that?
Nope. Was I speaking in character?
I'm just wondering. Wondering.
I do a voice when I'm in character.
Yeah.
Immediately,
wondering-
Dandelion turns to the two of them and says, "All right, let's go drow hunting." And just continues to
As you pass the two humans, you say, "Okay, let's go drow hunting." They both look at Zardov Zord standing at the end of the table, looking like a drow, and he just waves them off, and they do nothing.
just like trot. Hello, fellow human. How are you?
They nod quietly and walk away as you pass them with your new chest of gold. I'll have to find out where that was or how much it was. I think it was quite substantial. I think it was 500 to 900. It was one of the two. There was some weird negotiations happening, I believe, because Bella got involved in the negotiations.
Well, Castle wasn't doing it, so
Yeah.
Bella took over. I think it was 500.
Yeah. I think it may have been 400 for just
Sabotage.
deal.
Yeah, there was going to be extra if we killed her. I remember
Yeah.
that for sure. Yeah.
But it was kind of weird because I think it may have only been an extra 100 for killing instead
Yeah.
of actually being an extra
Well, I
400.
originally asked for like 5 harbor moves.
Yes. It was a weird one. But you now have some money. And you now know who's backing at least one of the party member.
That
I found out who my boss is.
if my math is correct, that's 125 gold each.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Well, because he only spoke to me in letters and only signed it with like
Yeah.
one initial. I never met him.
Well, he seems nice enough, but I think we should be really nice to him because if he's helping us from this side and it turns out he was the guy helping us out from that side, then he's the one helping us out from all the sides. So
Yeah.
we better keep him very happy. I think that's a good idea. I wouldn't go talking about killing drow around a drow.
well, he told us that he hired us to go kill him.
Yeah, but I mean, if somebody says, there's this bad gnome, I don't go, I'm hunting gnomes. That's not a nice thing to say.
Oh, apologies. I will write this down. It is my human. We don't understand these things.
I get it.
I like the fact that Boza's been gone. We've made it so we can't go back to Troll Skull Manor. We've given away 50% of the treasure.
And we're working for Jarl Axel.
Yep.
He didn't say that name.
Nope.
But
Nope. And I don't know who it is. My character doesn't know who it is, but as a player, I know now why he didn't want to give me his hat.
yes.
Because that's a very special hat.
Yes, it is. And when you say, can I have your hat? It's like, yep. How do we do that? Do you have to do roll or something?
Oh, it's a /R and then space and then.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to add it up, Castle, because I'm going to put that on his character sheet as well. There we go. So yes, you've had a really, really actually exquisite 11sies, and by the time you get to the shore, it's now time for lunch.
Okay.
Time to go to a bar.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
Castle hasn't returned.
what do you do? Gotta eat.
yeah.
Can't starve.
Yeah. I mean, we have work to do. We can't do that on an empty stomach.
Absolutely.
Then you do bad work.
My throat is feeling a little dry.
Oh, it's
So-
salt air.
What do you do for the rest of the day?
Well,
Just-
we're gonna.
Bar hopping or any of the other investigations?
Um,
I think I'll go like have lunch and then scout out the area. Just ask some locals and stuff like, "Hey, you know any elves who died lately? Murders
think
happening?
that's a good
recently?"
idea. We're gonna see if we can find out anything about that kind of thing going on.
Okay.
Well, I also go over to Bella and Lucky. It's like I never told him where our little crab was.
Okay. Well, that's good because that thing is probably worth lots of money too,
Probably.
and it might be, and it still might be handy. Who knows?
Hmm. I always thought like maybe we could use it as a getaway just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might need that still.
Hopefully, he's distracted enough with the stone that he doesn't ask that question again.
Okay, so this is the area believed to be the hunting grounds. You on the big map? I believe you are. So it is extensive.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a shame we
Start-
don't have a drow detector.
Wait, no.
It'll be a bit weird.
I don't
go
at this
a bit weird.
level. At a very high level.
I imagine we will take it easy for the rest of the day, and then at night we'll go out looking around, see what we can find.
Yeah. So can I get a
probably
gather
go around
information
Peak
style
bar hopping
roll?
time.
I'm assuming you're going from tavern to tavern asking the informations. 'Cause
Like a persuasion?
Yeah, I think persuasion is kind of, yeah. It's the right stats. Of course, with guidance, yep. Anyone else doing investigatings?
I'll investigate.
I guess I'll give it a shot.
Bella doesn't have to, because she's most likely going to be kicked or punched.
Yeah, you better not. You
Yeah.
it could cause more trouble than.
Just as a heads up, I will do that. I've seen some of your rolls tonight. They've been pretty bad.
Yeah, they have been.
Yeah. So Dandelion hears that there has been some elves killed, and they seem to also be scalped. Like the rumors are that it's not just like this is multiple places that you're going to, and so you're hearing little bits from multiple people. But the what you gather is that there's been several elves killed, and they've been scalped, and it's always been preceded by loud banging or loud noises. And by the time that the guard get there, the body is usually left right in the middle of the street, with essentially scalped.
And all over this area?
Throughout the area, yeah. You do hear that there's like other areas, but all told, we're talking over 10 in the last month or two.
Good grief.
Maybe even 15, 20.
All right. Well, we're just going to have to wander the streets.
Is
And
there a
you
most
also
recent
hear, though-
one that happened?
You also hear they're always sailors.
Ooh.
Mm.
I wonder if
That's-
that's something we could use.
Elven sailors.
Do we know of any elven sailor? Like, have we seen any in our pub hopping today? Has seen any elven sailors?
You haven't really. Elves in the docks area is not a common thing. You'll know by your growing up in the docks. Elves usually gravitate to the higher parts of the city, to the northern end, where the money is. So it's not a common area for elves. Although they are here, they're just not a common.
Well, maybe we should just take our chances.
And
So yeah,
I mean, it's a shame.
Could we visit any one of the murder sites and investigate there, like the most recent ones or something? Maybe pick up a pattern or something.
Well, the pattern that you get is the same. It's usually dark streets, and a lot of the streets are dark, and isolated areas, so not as common on the main streets. So Ship Street, Snail Street, Net Street, nothing's happened on there. It's mostly the lanes.
Did anyone know like where the most recent one happened?
Cod Lane.
Codman? We want to go there. Check it out.
This
Yeah,
area in here.
I guess it's worth a shot.
I'm gonna turn into a bloodhound.
You turn into a blood this during the day?
I will hide behind a barrel and then roll out as a bloodhound.
Okay. So you roll out of the bloodhound. You can immediately... You're overpowered by the stench of fish.
This is a bad idea, but I'm still gonna go with it. Like I planned this.
So you're overpowered by the smell of fish. This is a fish district, but this is where they do a lot of the gutting and the preserving and all the fishmongery fun stuff. So what's the plan as a bloodhound for investigations?
To sniff around Cod Lane to catch a scent of murder / body decaying.
Okay.
Smell for dead stuff.
Do your rolling for smellings. I'm guessing you got an advantage.
I have keen smell.
With
But
keen-
do
yeah.
I have disadvantage because of the fish?
No. I'm not going to be that mean. 20. You do smell a faint scent of blood that's old and not current. But there's also another scent which is a weird one you haven't come across, and it's very acrid and it's very it smells like magic, but it's you know it's not. It's something very different.
I howl for the other two. I found something.
But
Awoo.
you also know it's
Oh.
not on ground level. You can smell it from on the roof somewhere.
Okay, yeah, then I'll call them over too, and like point with my nose in the hunter face. That way.
And that's when we're going to have to end. I knew it was coming up close, so yeah. So I know we had a short session. Oh, they're so cute when they're behaved. So that was really good. I can't believe everything went so shit so quickly from the right from the start. I gave you the option to run. No, didn't happen. No, it was a good session, guys. Thank you so much. I know we had a lot of issues with our sound. I'm sure we're still having issues right now with it. So, hey, thank you for having patience. Thank you for being there. We're getting really close to the end of this. Hopefully we are going to be doing another game afterwards. Everybody here are the cast members that are keeping on going. Is that right?
I believe so.
We're all good, yeah?
Yep.
Bozo's not going to be continuing, but afterwards we've got another campaign set up. We're going to be hopefully starting to work towards that, because you have now the ideas of what the keys are. You have the ideas of what the location is. You are on the run. So it's going to be interesting, and you're also now in bed with someone very powerful. Not figuratively, but yes.
I already was. I just
You
knew
already
it
were.
was. Did you just jump through the window?
Or is that a hole in the wall? That just looks really bad.
I,
Just drifts right through it.
I don't know. So yeah, did very well. A lot of investigating, and very intelligent fighting as well. Is there anything you want to say?
no, had fun.
No? Okay, we'll do our outros then. Nick?
I am Knickknack. I play Dandelion, and you can find me on Twitter at FartSmart. I Pub Draw. Their season 1 ended, so I was waiting for season 2, and I'm thinking of rewatching the season and seeing how much I improved.
That's always good.
Yeah.
And Ursula?
I'm Ursa May. You can find me on Twitter at Ursa May Arts, where I post drawings and stuff.
Yep. And Trent?
And I'm Treant Monk, and you can find me on YouTube at Treant Monk's Temple.
And has amazing guides, one of which I used for Against the Party. Apparently, Maze is one of the best 8th level and highly recommended by Treant Monk. Now you've seen it from the other side. I will say that when thinking of these adventures, D&D, you really need to think of what spells are out there and what spells you give the villains, because some of the spells you give the villains are really, really crappy. So that's one of the things with preparation. Always go through those spells. Like, seriously, I've gone through spells recently and it's like, really? No, absolutely not. No. There's not a single spell here which either does damage or does control or does anything, and just... Ugh.
I'm just glad he didn't cast a spell that killed me instantly.
Oh, they were options too.
Yeah,
But
any
also-
that did damage at that level would have been just a magic missile with an 8th level slot would have done me in.
But what I mean by here is, like, they'll give you a bio of what the character, like what the character does in combat, but then not give you the spells that work for that bio.
Right.
So I may have removed a spell from 8th level which would have killed you instantly, when the bio says they're not looking to kill people instantly. They're looking to capture. So yeah, that's what we did. That's what I did. And it worked. If you entered that, if you stayed in that room as a human, you saw how quickly that was it Helmed Horror? No, Helmless Horror or something like that.
Helped horror, yeah.
Helmed Horror, yeah, that was its duty. It really was. And because you were a spider, because you weren't seen, it couldn't detect you. It's like you were so, like, if it saw you, as soon as you turned to human, yep, there's someone there. So no, great planning, even with shit execution. Great planning. But yeah, so we're back. We're going to be doing everything now. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the show. Syrinscape right below us down there. That's what we use our audio for background music and all their bits and pieces. We're using the Dragon Heist sound set for this campaign. Pretty much everything we use for this campaign is just from that Dragon Heist sound set from Syrinscape.com. And yeah, we're back. Don't forget, we've got a Discord, so no one really notices that. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go and have a look at our live channel, which is the Twitch TV one up there. And we've got Discords in the panels down below. So come and join us, chat with us, all the fun parts and stuff. We're approachable. Well, most of us are, I think. I'm assuming. Just putting that out there. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Come on,
Don't
Esme.
be this.
Someone has a charisma of 3.
Real life stats. That's what we brought into the game. That's why Bozo's the spell machine and the one that runs away. Real life stats. Yeah. Anyway, we're still live, so we're going to go across to the I've got to find the outro sound. And we're going to do, there's our Young Portal, there we go. And we'll do our credits. So bye for now. We'll be back later this week with Rusty Daggers, and we may or may not be doing a Let's Play tomorrow because the cast for another upcoming show want to chat about custom artwork and stuff like that, which is also what I want to chat with these guys about as well, about getting a whole new custom overlay set for the new show. So yeah. So bye for now, and yeah, have a great day, and it's been fun. I got to